Yeah. We in the building.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, we in the building. Rocking this beat. I've been messing with this beat for Boots, baby, you know. Y'all hear that? Let me turn it up. Anyway, you already know what it is. Welcome to the P.O.E. That's right, I said P.O.E, not P.O.E, but P.O.E, provide official entertainment, provide official education for the people on Earth, and as we know, everybody on this planet, not from this planet. I am your host, Reckless Will 7, and
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your girl, the Crimson Tempest, a.k.a. Storm in the building, and we are here to bring you some interesting topics today.
This right here.
Yes.
This is Thursday night.
We are definitely be talking about the tale of Gypsy Rose.
The tale.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
We're not talking about her ass bone either.
No. For those of you who have not heard of her, this is going to be a very interesting topic for you. It is touching on a lot of different things, and at the end of the day, I just want to hear what you had to say.
Well, I don't know nothing about this Gypsy Rose lady.
Yeah, I know you're
this
completely
is Thursday.
blind going into this.
Yes, this is Thursday. Thursday is where she does what she wants to do on Thursday, and then I just do what I always do.
Yeah, no?
So for all the ladies who love these murder mysteries and all this stuff, this is why we just,
Listen,
I got to step out the way.
I'm addicted to listening to it. I put it in my ears sometimes, like when I'm just doing stuff and stuff like that. Yeah, he's in the black and white cups today. Hey.
Shout out to the black and white cups.
Shout out to the red cups. How about that? It's just, I like hearing stuff that I don't have to actually watch. You know what I mean? Like if I can listen to it in my ears and I have to go to the screen and look at what you're putting up, like that gets me through some of my day and some of what I'm doing. So I like to put stuff in my ear and keep going. And not for nothing, murder mysteries and true documentaries are a perfect fit for that. So this is how I came across this particular story. However, not just because of that. I remember hearing about it years ago when it actually happened. And then things have been happening lately in the media. I don't want to give too much away yet, but things have been happening lately, and I'm like, hold on, what? Hold on, I remember hearing this. I did my little rabbit hole.
Okay, hold up. Let me say shout out to Dave is in the building as always.
Hey, Mr. Dave, what's going on?
Yeah, Dave gonna get a gift certificate. Word,
he definitely gotta get something because he is one of our number one fans. He tunes in every Tuesday and Thursday, 6:30. He knows that we're going live and about to bring him some entertainment and some good topics of discussion. And he always has something to say and chime in with us. So we appreciate you, Dave, for supporting us and holding us down at the podcast,
Facts. Shout out to him one more time.
Hey.
Yes, definitely. Shout out to Mr. Atkins and Tyler Perry. That was a no-no.
Tune into our other episodes so you can understand the joke.
Yeah, you gotta be in tune with what's going on here, man. This is the crew right here. If you see us here, we having fun. So yeah, we're gonna do. See, you said Gypsy Rose.
Her name is Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and I mean, it really. I guess the question begs of whether she was really a victim or a villain, and it depends on how you look at her and how. I mean, at the end of the day, what happened was wrong, and I stand by that. What happened was wrong, but when you hear her story, you kind of look at it differently. Some people, and I'm just giving you a different avenue for you to look at it because, oh my God, it's juicy. It sent me down such a rabbit hole. It wasn't even funny. I was like, gotta keep going.
I had to throw stuff at Princess. She over here squeaking on this ball,
sorry,
man.
Guys. That's Princess in the background. Princess is letting y'all know she's in the building with us as well. Shout out to the short hair bullies. Princess. Oh, she's gonna be mad now.
That's on her, man. I don't think she. I don't
He
know
took her ball away.
She was about to, I took her damn ball. What's wrong with her?
All right, so like I said, we're talking about Gypsy Rose today, and I just want to dive into it and let's just get it started. All
Okay,
right, we had a couple of minutes to get everybody into the building. I hope you guys are tuning in. For those of you that are here, thank you so much for tuning in to us. You know that we give you guys the greatest content that we can, and we appreciate you guys for taking the time out of your day to tune into us and hear what we got to talk about.
Well, can we give them a quick breakdown of who this even is?
No.
Why not?
Because if I give a breakdown of who she is, her name is Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
It's the story.
And that's all you're. I'm about to go into it. I gave you a little background already, and that's it.
The biggest scam on planet Earth.
Why you being weird to me?
Why you being weird to me?
You might as well just put on something to think about, man.
Bullshit.
We're going to run this up.
Bullshit.
Hold up. No, we're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that now. But let's go ahead and listen to...
I broke it. I was the first one.
Yeah, because I said I would not curse
I was
on your nights
so hard.
and try not to be
sorry.
on mine. Friday nights, we getting 8.
All right.
We going 8. But, so you want to play this video first?
Or you not so much. Let me go into my, neto.
Oh, into your whatever it is. Let's see what we got in here.
No,
What
it should be in the other one.
Nah, not that. Not right there. Where we
It should be in...
Where at? So she's driving tonight. This is her driving tonight. Like it's disappeared.
Me and you gonna ball tonight,
What
right?
you mean? What you mean? I just want y'all to know,
Te voy a
right?
dar
No.
problema hoy.
I
Te
want
voy
y'all
a dar
to know.
problema hoy.
No,
Where's it at?
I need y'all to know.
There
Give me
it is.
this real fast.
Yeah, where's it at? Look, it's right there, but where's it
I
at?
see it. But I need
Thank
this
you.
real fast. Let me break this down. Now you can do what you got to do. Let me break this down, right? So, since we've been doing this, I've been explaining to her, like, listen, you've been cheating. You supposed to be on your game. So, what we did was we decided that we were going to let her go ahead and rock out. And, but it was last minute because shout out to Josias.
Yes, definitely shout out
He's
today.
16 today, so shout out to Josias being 16 today.
Shout out to that boy. He is 16. Super proud of him. He is a phenomenal student, a phenomenal kid, and it is a definition for what I feel like an ideal 16-year-old should be. That boy is not into no drama, no things. I mean, he has little things about him that he had to sit down and think about a couple of different times. But at the end of the day, shout out to him because he's a great, great, great kid. Happy 16th birthday, Gordo.
Okay.
He's going back to call him Gordo.
Shout out to him and his happy birthday. So what you gonna do? You gotta find what you're looking for? Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm winning. I just want y'all. Matter of fact, we can't even do something to think about right now. I need to go ahead and
No,
do
you're
what
not
I do.
winning because I had it up on a split screen and it's not
we
there.
know. But this is what happens when it's last minute running around. But who cares? This is why when you go live, it doesn't make a difference because who's competing with going live? Who's competing with us? Here, you want me to go find it? Here, give me this.
I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay, there we go. All right, here we go.
All right, everybody. So, like I said, we're talking about Gypsy Rose Blanchard tonight. And who is she? She is either a victim or villain, depending on how you look at it. All right, so Gypsy, unfortunately, had the curse, I guess you could say, of having her mother, I guess you could say curse, because there's really no other way to describe who her mother was and what her mother did to her.
So break it down.
All right, so Gypsy.
Give me that. You gotta put you back on the camera, girl.
Thank you.
Go ahead. So break your thing down.
All right, so Gypsy Rose, her name is Gypsy Rose Blanchard. All right, her mother's name is Claudine Dee Dee Blanchard. Now, everybody called her Dee Dee, so that's what we're gonna refer to her as from now on. Now, Dee Dee was married to her Gypsy's father, which his name was Ron Blanchard. All right, so Ron, he was only 17 at the time that he got married to Gypsy's mother, Dee Dee, and she was 24. So already right there, it's just, I'm gonna say it again. He was 17.
Want this one? You want to go here?
He was 17.
He was 17.
And she was 24 when he got married to her.
Okay.
Okay.
What's that mean?
I feel as though that it was that's a big gap. 17 to 24 to be married.
7 years.
17 to 24 is the numbers. 17 to 24.
I mean, yeah, her
Screw
being
7
17.
years.
Him
Being 17.
Oh,
that's why I said it a couple of times for you to catch it. He was 17.
Okay.
She was 24.
Shout out to the young boy getting old women.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was 17, she was 24, and he married her. And the reason why he married her, he said, was because she was pregnant and like he was trying to like, do right by his daughter. He didn't, well, at the time he didn't know, but she was pregnant and he wanted to go ahead and marry her. Now, when he realized that he was 18 when he realized, you know what, I married her for the wrong reason. This isn't what I was supposed to be doing. This is not why I should have married her. He was like, you know what, I'm only 18. I'm not in for it. I'm not in for the long haul. And he left her. Now, he said he wasn't in love. I can't blame him for that.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, I don't. But I'm just speaking on, he was 17.
Yeah.
And she says, I'm pregnant. He's like, oh, shit. It was he felt like he had to man up and marry her.
Yeah, she was trying to trap him. Old head was trying to trap him.
At the end of the day, he was like, nah, well, a year later, and whatever he went through. We don't know what happened within that year, but it was enough for him to be like, I'm cool. I gotta go. I gotta step off. So he left when she was, after she gave birth to Gypsy. Okay. All right. So she left him after they divorced and stuff, and she went to go live in what's called Golden Meadow, Louisiana with her family. And later, she gave birth to the beautiful baby girl named Gypsy Rose, she was a beautiful baby. Born healthy, and that's one thing I want to make clear. The little girl was born healthy. Okay. All right? Now, unfortunately, after time has passed, and I'm going to give you this now because it's a very important part of the subject. Her mother suffered from something called Munchausen syndrome by proxy.
The stuff that Eminem's mom had, that he said his mom had?
I don't know because I don't know what he said his
mom had.
He said
Munchausen syndrome. She had Munchausen syndrome.
She definitely it was an undiagnosed case. And the only reason why we know she had Munchausen syndrome by proxy is because after all the events happened, it was proven this is what this woman really, really had. Now, for those of you that do not know what Munchausen syndrome is, Munchausen by proxy syndrome is a mental illness and a form of child abuse, all right? So most often it's portrayed by the mother, and she either makes up like fake symptoms or causes real symptoms to make it seem like her child is sick. Like she embellishes stuff. Like if your baby has a fever, she's like, oh, my baby has a fever. She's throwing up. She's vomiting. She's diarrhea. She's dehydrated. She's this. And she's like influencing these doctors, unfortunately, to agree with what she's saying her daughter is suffering from. In reality, her daughter wasn't suffering from none of that. Her daughter was perfectly healthy. All right. So now these medical abuse, it began when I believe Gypsy was about 7 or 8 years old. I don't want to be like 100% on it, but that's how young the girl was to even start going through the process of all this shit that her mom was, all the stuff that her mom was putting her through. I'm sorry, I tried.
I gotta get a laugh.
I tried. I'm sorry. I'm trying to discourse. It's so hard.
You know what? I will say this.
I advocate for the devil all the time.
It's okay.
I know you do.
But whatever.
It's okay. It's perfectly okay.
All right. So, a lot of the stuff that she said that her daughter had was basically like, she said that her daughter was diagnosed with leukemia, muscular dystrophy, and that she needed a feeding tube, among many other medical accommodations that she was claiming her daughter needed. And unfortunately, like the doctors dropped the ball on this one. They let all that shit ride and like pass through without even like a second opinion and like stuff like that, like the normal process of what you think would happen now. You gotta remember, this was back in the 90s. I don't want to give the whole truth away yet because you have to hear some more of it, but it was back in the 90s where it's not easily accessible to documentation like you are now.
Right.
All right. So her mother was able to convince a lot of these doctors something's wrong with my kid, when actually there was nothing wrong with your kid. There's something wrong with you.
Well, I mean, from what I've heard about Munchausen syndrome, they be actually having symptoms, but because the kids
Munchausen by proxy.
By proxy.
It's called when the mother is, or it's usually the mother. It's a caregiver that goes over the topic of what the kid is, like what's wrong with the kid. Now, after they moved to Springfield, Gypsy became like friends with a lot. Gypsy
There you go. I see it. My
I'll
bad.
punch
I'm
you in
just
your
saying
head.
because you got. Okay.
Damn.
Is that the bottom?
There we go. Yeah. All right. All right. So in 2008, Dee Dee and Gypsy, they moved from where they lived at to a place called Springfield, Missouri, and Habitat for Humanity built a home for them. Now, the reason why this happened was because after Hurricane Katrina hit, like, Dee Dee needed somewhere to go. All right, so Dee Dee got every possible benefit for Gypsy. She got free medical flights, Make-A-Wish Foundation trips, Habitat for Humanity built them a house. They were online fundraisers, awards, and sympathy stories for days with these people. All right, like, she had her shit. She knew what she was doing. Her mom was that bitch, I guess you can say. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, hold on. Time out. Let's give her a round of applause one more time. This is Thursday Night Life. This is ladies' night, and this is where $5 drinks on Thursdays, I believe. Isn't it $5 drinks on Thursdays? I believe it's $5.
Listen, I tried my hardest. I'm so sorry. I tried not to.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. Listen, this is not an easy thing to do. So this is your first time really trying to do it for yourself. So listen, we all support you. We with you, girl.
I was really trying not to cuss because, I just want you guys to hear everything and not be like, Diablo, she has a chucker's mouth. I don't be trying to cuss all the time. All right, so however, we're gonna go back to the topic. So she had like all this stuff for her, you know what I mean? Like getting all the sympathy. If it was Make-A-Wish Foundation back then, if it was GoFundMe back then,
right?
Diablo, her GoFundMe would be through the roof, you know what I mean? So they moved to Springfield. Now, after they moved to Springfield, Gypsy became friends with one of her neighbors. And the mother became friends with the mother as well. Dee Dee became friends with the mom. Gypsy was friends with the little girl. And in their hometown, they were basically like local celebrities. Everybody knew who Gypsy was. Everybody knew the story of her. Like, hey, this is a really sick girl. She's wheelchair bound. She can't have sugar. She has an allergy to sugar. She has so much stuff wrong with her. We feel so sorry for these people. When in reality, you should never felt sorry for them because there was nothing wrong with that little girl. Okay, so Gypsy was wheelchair bound, like I told you guys, and she needed a lot of medical attention. And Gypsy was actually healthy. She could walk. She could be normal. She didn't have an allergy to sugar. Yeah, you heard what I said. That girl could actually walk. She was not wheelchair bound. She was manipulated by her mother to lie about her pains and ailments, not only to doctors but to everybody. This little girl was faking the funk the whole time, knowing she can walk.
So she was with the smoke.
You have to understand, she's a little girl.
How old is she at this time?
Her mother has been doing this to her since she was about 8 years old.
All right.
So growing up, this is all she knew. But then eventually, not for nothing, you can walk and your mom keeps saying you can't walk.
Yeah, but how did she get around the... Okay. I see what you're saying. So she basically finagled them about because you got to have some type of medical record unless they lost the medical record.
All right, so hear this. Dee Dee was able to fool mad medical professionals, okay? Right. And like I said to you, she was able to say, my daughter is this, that, and the third, and they just believed her. They believed her.
No records behind this? They couldn't find records?
So, listen to this. Okay. It was said that all her medical records were lost in Hurricane Katrina. That is what Dee Dee would tell people.
I see that. I was confused. I'm like, well, how the doctors...
But you have to understand that before they were, quote-unquote, lost in Hurricane Katrina, she was already boo-booing the fool out of people because she was, quote-unquote, wheelchair bound already. She'd been doing this since the girl was 8 years old. Now, I can't say the next part because it goes with my story, but Gypsy had a peg tooth. She was wheelchair bound. She was allegedly suffering from leukemia. Gypsy she shaved her head, saying that she was, suffering from all this stuff. Muscular dystrophy, oxygen tank, endless medical procedures to put the peg tube in, and more. But she truly was tortured at the hands of professionals by her own mother's evil ways. It had nothing to do with Gypsy. It was really her mom.
So would Gypsy die from medicals for fake?
No.
Okay.
So Gypsy said that her mother would hold her hand during interviews and like while out in public, like would hold her hand like, oh, like, I love you, Gypsy. Like, oh, this is my baby, this, that, and the third. But in reality, what she would be doing is, Gypsy didn't answer correctly, she'd be holding her hand, but she would squeeze it. Like, stick to the script. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going off a topic right now. This is not what we're supposed to be talking about. Everything was scripted, and she wanted to make her mother, not for nothing, it's her mom. She wanted to make her mom happy and go along with it.
And how old is she again?
I cannot give that to you yet.
Okay.
All right. So this happened since Gypsy was about 8 years old. All right. And she wanted to give her mother, like, she knew she was able to walk and talk. She had no sugar allergies. She knew that her mother was lying and deceiving her as well. And Gypsy was like, nah, hold on. Something just doesn't seem right. So she started like challenging her mom. Not challenge her to her face, but to the point of like, she would sneak and go try like sugar-filled stuff, like whipped cream and like chocolate and stuff like that, to see if she would actually have an allergy to it, because she remembers hearing a doctor telling her mother while she was in the hospital one time, she does not have an allergy to sugar. She doesn't have that.
Yeah, this is the whole story is weird to me.
It is.
Yeah, like somebody got
crazy.
murdered or something, because this is like
Let me finish it. It's not stupid. It's good. Don't be knocking my stories. So, Gypsy made her first escape after meeting a man that she met online. All right, she would sneak and she would sneak and use like the computer to try to like do the Facebook thing and stuff like that. All right, so she met this guy at a convention. After her first, she didn't use the internet yet. She had made her first attempt to escape after meeting the guy at the science fiction convention. She convinced her mom to take her to the science fiction convention and dress her up so she can go into this place and like interact with the people there and stuff like that. So Dee Dee took her. So Gypsy began communicating with the man online after she met him. Now at the time she was 19 when this happened, but her mother claimed that she was only 15 years old. In reality, Gypsy was 19. But her mom would lie when the Hurricane Katrina event happened and told them that they were, her medical records is wrong. It's this her
she did
her
some
social security card said it's 91.
Thing.
Yeah, but she was actually born in 95 when reality Gypsy was 19, not 15.
Right.
Okay. So the man was 35 at the time that this happened. Now, he took Gypsy back to his hotel room, but Dee Dee found them. She found them, and she presented the paperwork stating that she was a minor, like Gypsy has to like go. And she told Gypsy, like, if you ever try that again, I'm going to smash your fingers with a hammer. Like, she smashed the girl's cell phone, she smashed her computer, and she chained her to the bed for 2 weeks.
Gypsy, Dee Dee chained Gypsy.
Dee Dee chained
Gypsy, the daughter.
Yes, the mother chained the daughter to the bed for 2 weeks because she had ran away with this man.
Now hold up, the mother was 17 when she met. So Gypsy,
no, the mother was 24 when she met the father.
She's the older. So Gypsy's mom was 24. Her baby dad was 17. She had a baby.
Yes.
Then something went on with them two. They broke up or whatever.
He said that he was too young. He didn't want to be married.
And then from that point on, she started.
She left and started this bullshit with his baby.
All right, now I'm caught up because I was kind of lost.
Now the dad was definitely like out of the picture. He tried. He would send like child support payments and shit like stuff like that. But she would not allow him. I corrected myself. She would not allow him to be a part. She would not allow him to be a part of Gypsy's life. Like she didn't want nothing to him to do with the life because she knew that she was lying about a lot of stuff. And she told Gypsy, "Oh, your dad don't want you. Like he's not around."
She's white.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so these white niggas. Okay.
So,
okay. Shout out to white niggas doing white people do things. Yeah, they like us too.
So listen, even after her mother caught her and forbade her from continuing this internet relationship with this guy, she still was using the internet when Dee Dee went to sleep. All right, so she began using a website called Christian Mingle. It was a dating site or a Christian dating site. I don't want to quote the dating site correctly that though because I don't know if it's true or not.
TDJs.
But while using a Christian dating site, she eventually met a man named Nicholas Godejan. Now, he was from Big Bend, Wisconsin, and he had been diagnosed with autism. He had like he was on the spectrum. He had autism. So in 2013, he pleaded no contest to the disorderly conduct and allegedly viewing pornography in his laptop at a McDonald's while touching himself inappropriately. This is the man that she chose to go with. And Gypsy went on to have a secret online relationship for 2.5 years with this guy. Okay? Now, after she had this secret relationship with this guy, Gypsy first confided in her neighbor. Her neighbor name was Aaliyah Woodmansey. Remember when I told you that she had moved into this house and she became friends with the neighbor, and the mom became friends with the mom. So Didi was friends with the mom.
Yeah,
Gypsy
I'm
was
lost.
friends with the neighbor.
I'm rocking with you though.
All right, so Aaliyah, she had told Aaliyah about her relationship with Nick. So they were planning a future together. She said, like, listen, I love this guy. This is what I want to do with him. I think we're going to elope. They even had sexual exchanges online that included a lot of elements of BDSM. And if you do not know what that is, I'm not going to go into detail with that. Look it up. BDSM. All right. So it was alarming in part because she still believed that Gypsy was like 15 years old and like, you know, hold on, what's going on with this guy? Like, you're planning to leave him. You're only 15. You're planning to leave with him, but you're only 15. Like, you can't do this right now. What are you doing? So he continued contact with her, but she just assumed, the neighbor, that it was like fantasy wise. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing going to come out of it. So Gypsy and Nick came up with a plan for Nick to meet Gypsy's mom in public somewhere. Like, oh, my mom will like you if she sees what a gentleman you are. Like, she'll never accept you if she knows that I was having a secret relationship with you. But if you meet her and we happen to bump into each other somewhere, she might think, oh, what a great guy, what a nice gentleman. Not knowing me and you have this secret relationship this whole time.
Okay, I got you.
All right, so Gypsy went and decided to meet with him at a movie premiere for Cinderella. They went to the movies, they watched the movie Cinderella, and in the midst of that happening, it didn't go plan as well. Didi hated him. She was like, what's going on? Like, I could tell, you know what I mean? Like, you know how moms know.
The mother met this dude already, didn't she?
No, this is another guy.
So she's on to after the 35-year-old guy, she found herself
on to the next.
new.
Remember, I told you she went to Christian Mingle.
Yeah, okay. So I thought she found him on Christian Mingle.
She found another. Nope, she found another dude. All right. So
she's trying to get something. She's trying to be a virgin. I'm just speaking. She's trying to be a virgin.
So he came all the way to Springfield to meet Gypsy and Didi at the movie theater, and they were gonna go, like I told you, see Cinderella, and it didn't go as planned. But Gypsy was still able to sneak away and lose her virginity to him in a bathroom stall at the movie theaters that same night, because she told her mama she had to go to the bathroom. He was in the family restroom, because that's the wheelchair bound restroom, the bigger one. But she's not actually wheelchair bound. She can step out the wheelchair. So when she rolled in, the girl got up. He was confused, like, not confused. Let me rephrase this. He wasn't confused because he already knew that she could walk.
I'm about to say,
she confided in him. No, she confided in him. But when she came in, not for nothing, you're going in a wheelchair, and you come up and you're like, yo, see, I told you I could walk. But it's confusing because you're playing this role. But he knows what's going on because she's confided in him. They've had this relationship.
All right, yeah, I'm saying when she came in the bathroom, he already knew what was up, because ain't no way in hell he was trying to get some ass in the bathroom.
According,
girl, I'm just saying. How hard could you just
listen? Okay. Didi punished Gypsy after the movie in theater incident, and she said that she got jealous by spending a little too much attention on him, and she ordered her to like never speak to him again and stay away from him. Didi didn't actually know that Gypsy lost her virginity in the movie theater at that time. All right. So needless to say, that was a very long argument. It lasted a couple of weeks, and she was calling her everything, like, you know, the B word and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Basically downgrading her.
Okay, cool.
All right. It was after this day that Gypsy decided she got to go. I cannot live underneath of this woman no more. She has to go.
About time. Now we about to get juicy. God darn, man.
It was not because she hated her. It was simply because she just wanted to escape.
She hated her. Okay, I'm with it.
No, this is from what she said.
Yeah, she killed the mother. Did I know she probably killed her. I know something's up.
Nick traveled to Missouri.
Nick is the new guy that did it to her in the wheelchair.
He traveled to Missouri.
Shout out to Nick.
He checked into the hotel and he waited for Gypsy to come. He waited to text Gypsy and let her know, like, yo, I'm here. I'm in the building. It is what it is. I'm in town.
Okay.
All right. So she let him know when her mother went to sleep. Now, when he went to sleep, Gypsy gave him a knife that she actually purchased while she was out one day with her mom. Like, she was planning this. Okay? She went to go hide in the bathroom with her hands over her ears she let him in first. She let him in the house. He came in, and then she went into the bathroom. He took the knife, went into the bedroom, and stabbed her mother. Like, no holds barred. Stabbed her like 17 times. Killed her in the bed. She said that she thought that he wasn't gonna do it, but she heard her scream, and then there was no screaming, and she said like it was kind of like a horror film. She said that she was just startled, and she asked who was it in the bathroom, because she heard Gypsy go into the bathroom. Now, she called out Gypsy's name 3 or 4 times.
After she stabbed up?
No, before she got stabbed up.
Oh man, you dragged me. Okay, let's go. You got me confused.
Dragging you.
So
Pay
this
attention.
is Nick though. This is Nick, right?
No.
Is doing the killing?
Nick did the killing.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Nick did the killing.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Okay.
So, the mom was asking who was it in the bathroom before Nick came in. You understand what I mean? Like, who was in the bathroom? Like, what's going on? These are words are from Gypsy. So, she said at that point she wanted to go help her, but she was too afraid. Like, her body wouldn't move, and then everything just went quiet. She didn't hear no more screaming from her mom, or like no more like Gypsy, or like calling her name. It just went quiet. She knew the deed was done.
Okay.
All right. Now, both Gypsy and Nick say they had sex in Gypsy's bedroom immediately following the murder.
Okay.
Cleaned them up real quick. Cleaned up a little bit. She said she cleaned them up a little bit because he washed his hands.
Is this a real story?
This is a true story. And then they went and had sex in her bed. Both of them say that. Not just one, not the other, but both of them say this is what we did.
And he was 35?
No.
42? How old was he? He was older too, right?
No, he was the same age as her.
Oh, so she came back down to her age range.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, I didn't know he was the same age. I just think she kept messing with old heads. Oh, she got a young boy basically for her.
Remember, I told you he had autism.
See, I missed that part. Okay, I got you. So
he had
was
autism, and not only did he had autism, but he had like an alter ego, which his name was Victor. And he would say to her, like, listen, I, Nick, would never do anything to hurt your mom, but you better not ask Victor to do anything.
But I, Victor.
No, not I, Victor.
Will do something.
No. He would sit there and say, you better not ask Victor to do anything, because Victor will go to the ends of the earth for you. And guess what she did?
She asked Victor.
Victor, I need you to take my mom out.
How much time does this girl get? How much time does she get?
So, after the murder happened, Dee Dee and him checked into a hotel room. Not Dee Dee. Gypsy and him checked into a hotel room, and they made an escape back to where he was from. So that way, like, they can try to get away from it, all right? So, they stayed overnight in Springfield, and they caught a bus to his home, which was called Big Bend, Wisconsin.
Okay.
So that afternoon, the pair, they talked about, like, listen, she was like, I don't want nobody to not find my mom. So on Dee Dee's Facebook, they posted that bitch is dead. Now, friends and neighbors were like, yo, what the hell? Like, is her page hacked? Like, what's going on? They try to send, like, people over there. And then guess what one of the comments were to what they were concerned about? The kids wrote again, excuse me for cursing, but this is what it was said. I'm quoting it. I fucking slashed that fag pig and raped her sweet, innocent daughter. Her scream was so fucking loud. That is what they posted.
So she set the autism kid up, straight up. So Gypsy was always the Gypsy.
Now hear me. Police agencies in it's called Waukesha County, Wisconsin. They raided his home. They took Gypsy and Nick into custody, and they charged him with felony criminal action, murder, and the pair were extradited back to Missouri, and they were held on $1 million bond. Now, initially, Gypsy's family was happy as hell that she was found alive, because you have to understand, when Gypsy's mom was found, they found the body of the mom, but they were like, where's the daughter? The daughter's wheelchair bound. Oh my God, where is she? They kidnapped Gypsy.
And plus he said he raped the daughter, daughter, and everything.
So they were like, yo, where's she at? But Gypsy's 3 wheelchairs were at the house. So it's like they took her, like, physically. They didn't even, like, take a wheelchair.
Right, yeah,
she has all this medicine. She has all this shit that's wrong with her. Like, we have to find the daughter. Oh my God, something's wrong with her. However, the neighbor was like, listen, the one she confided in, Gypsy told me about this guy, and his name is such and such. And she said she was going to run away with him. So the detectives traced back the IP address to him. And that's when they did the raid on his house, and that's where they found Gypsy Rose. And to their astonishment, because they had no clue, Gypsy walked
Dancing
out
to
the front
Beyonce.
door.
Dancing to a Biggie song.
She walked out the front door.
To a Biggie song.
Walked out. Now, it was after the interrogations and everything like that, it was revealed. He said, yes, she asked me to kill her mom. She said, no, I didn't ask. She eventually testified at his trial. He got life in prison.
The autism kid.
He got life in prison.
He's legally autism?
You hear what I said? He got life in prison. Guess how long she got?
2 years.
No, keep guessing. And give me your thoughts on
Real
where I've given you
time
so
that
far.
I think is so far what they saying. All right, let me see. I'm gonna say that maybe she got let me give me some music. I'm gonna assume that she got maybe 10 years, maybe. All right, hold on. Let me think. White girl, her story, murder. She can walk. Dude got autism. And where is this at? In Wisconsin? Or is this Wisconsin, or is this hold on, where's she from?
Murder,
Ohio? Missouri?
The murder happened in Missouri.
Okay.
He's from Wisconsin.
Okay. All right.
So what do you think she got?
I'm gonna go with maybe 10 years. I'm just gonna go with 10 years.
All right. So reckless, ding, ding, ding. She actually got only 10 years in prison for what was planned, thought of, but not committed, actually the physical act of her. She didn't physically stab her mama. So they let her off with 10 years. She took a plea deal.
I'm not going with this.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what happened.
This sounds dumb. This don't even sound real.
It is a fact. It happened. All right. So,
And she only got 10 years after they
Gypsy
know all
pled
this
guilty
about
to
her?
murdering Dee Dee and was sentenced to 10 years in prison for second-degree murder. That's what she was actually convicted of, second-degree
What
murder.
state did this happen in?
She was convicted in Missouri. I told you.
All right, Missouri. Okay.
So at sentencing, prosecutor Dan Patterson, he noted the extraordinary and unusual circumstances for the case. And this is why I said, was she a victim or a villain? Because you have to remember, this girl.
No, she's a villain. Like, she's not a victim. She's a villain. She won.
You don't think she was a victim of
How?
Munchausen? Okay.
No. What does Munchausen syndrome got to do with the fact that she did everything after the fact? First of all, the first guy she met, she was what?
Let me finish it real quick before you go into.
Okay,
I'm gonna give you your
All right.
overall. All right. So she pled guilty, and they said, like, listen, it was an extraordinary case. It was unusual circumstances, and he later believed that he could have secured a first-degree murder conviction, which carried the death penalty with life without parole. But he didn't believe he can get a fair trial, and given the circumstances and the abuse that Gypsy had suffered, he settled for a second-degree murder charge in order for her to be able to still testify against Nick and say, we planned this together, but Nick did carry it out. Okay?
So now
Nick was found guilty of first-degree murder after a 4-day trial, which Gypsy testified, like I told you guys, and spoke about the master and slave roles that they had and how they assumed it in their relationship. And at the end of the day, he was guilty of murder.
Okay.
And he was sentenced to 25 years to life. Yeah, for first-degree murder. Now he's serving a life sentence in the Poughkeepsie Correctional Center, which is located in Washington County, Missouri, because that's where the event took place. Okay. And in August of 2022, he asked for a new trial on the grounds of having ineffective counsel, but he was denied. All right, so Gypsy Rose Blanchard, she got out of jail. You heard me. She got out of jail.
She had 10 years.
Past
she
December.
Did, 8 off of 10?
She did 8 off of 10.
Yeah.
She got out of jail this past December. All right. Now, while she was in jail, she actually got married to a dude named Ryan Scott Anderson. You heard what I said.
White boys is crazy.
Now, Ryan said that he was meeting with her. Ryan had a friend. All right. And the friend was like, listen, I want to write to the Tiger King. I want to send a letter to him. You know what I mean? I'm excited to meet who this Tiger King is or whatever. I want to send a letter to him. He's like, you know what? You send a letter to the Tiger King, and I'll send a letter to Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And he did, and he winded up marrying her.
So basically, this goofy ass girl just be locking these old heads and young boys down.
Gypsy was released
Ain't
after
nothing wrong with
serving 8 years of a 10-year sentence. After her release, she was immediately followed by the paparazzi. They were hot on her heels. You have to understand, while she was locked up, she gave several interviews, like exclusives, all this stuff about Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the tales of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, what I suffered, what I endured. She did a lot of stuff while she was locked up. All right, now, when she first posted her first selfie, people went crazy. The internet went wild over it. And since her release, she's done countless podcast interviews. She's done countless interviews all over the world telling her story. Now, according to Gypsy Rose, according to one source about Gypsy Rose, she is said to have a net worth of around $3 million based upon her fortune that she has amassed from the various documentaries and TV dramatizations of her life, including the one that I watched, which is on Hulu. It's called The Act.
So this is on Hulu, called The Act, and this is about her story. So check out, please go to Hulu, and please, it's called The Act?
It's called The Act.
Check out The Act at Hulu, because I'm still confused about how all this went down. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you about this Gypsy girl. Let me see something.
Now, she recently went on, like I told you guys, she was going on a lot of different interviews, a lot of different,
Open this up.
platforms. And one of the recent platforms that she went on to was, give me the tube.
This one?
Yeah. Was on The View. Now, while she was on The View.
She made it to The View?
Yeah. You have to hear this. Go ahead.
I can play it?
Yeah.
Let me cut this off. Okay, here it is, because I'm confused.
You are not alone in this, situation. There are other ways out. I did it the wrong way.
No. Don't say that.
But I did.
I
did something wrong, and I paid my dues for it.
Oh, you mean that part?
Yes, the part of it.
yeah.
That part of it. Yeah.
Joy Behar.
You heard what she said, right?
Interview on The View. Gypsy
You
Rose
heard what Joy
Blanchard
said, right?
was
Yeah, but
involved in her
Gypsy's
mother's
response
murder.
was criminal.
Murder's wrong.
It's not what you say on this show. It's how you say it.
Joy's slip-up happened as Gypsy visited the ladies of the table after serving 8 years in prison for the second-degree murder of her mom, Dee Dee.
There's so many layers to my story, and I feel like people feel if it could happen to her, it could happen to me, it could happen to anybody, and I think it just has a lot of layers to it that interest people so much.
At one point, Gypsy takes accountability for her wrongdoing.
If there is someone out there watching right now, please listen to me, heed my words, that you are not alone in this, situation. There are other ways out. I did it the wrong way.
And that's when Joy steps in to defend her, forgetting the context of the crime.
Don't say that.
But I did.
I
did something wrong, and I paid my dues for it.
Oh, you mean that part?
Yes, the part of it. That part of it. Yeah.
Where are you going with this?
No. So I did
Murder
something.
is wrong,
Yes,
Joy.
murder's wrong. I think the heart of it all is I just want to share my story.
So there's a lot of people
I wanna
talking
be a
about that
voice
part
for the
right
voice.
there. All right. Not only, it's like, why is she even relevant right now? Why are we talking about her right now? Why does she have this like celebrity platform coming out of jail for committing murder? At the end of the day, she may not have been the one that actually committed the act and did the stabbing of her mom 17 times, but you were the mastermind behind committing this act. Why are we celebrating you and rejoicing behind you?
What do you mean? We're sitting here talking about this bird right now. Let me tell you why this is, to me.
We're talking about her because, like I said, she has been given so much attention. It is like, why? Why are we discussing her? But she is a topic of discussion because a lot of young women are looking up to her like, you superwoman, you superhero. When in reality, what she did was wrong. No matter what she did, no matter how she was treated and what was done to her, there were other avenues for her to be able to get out of it. The same way she's preaching it now that she's older, looking back on the situation that happened, there were other avenues she could have taken. She could have simply got up and walked out the house.
She took the
it was
best
not
avenue.
the best avenue.
I'm just saying.
Murder is wrong.
I'm not saying
reckless.
that.
Murder is wrong.
Saying that. This is what I'm saying to you, right? This is what I'm saying. Based off of, because I listened to you give me the story, and I was still kind of confused, right? But I was catching on to what you was breaking down about this thing, right? So now when I got what you're saying, I'm going, all right, so basically forget her mom and who he messed with. She's born. And this girl is born, and her mom is using her as a medical excuse to get money, get fame, and attention. The same thing that her daughter ended up doing. Because she used her daughter to get attention and people to feel sorry for her and all of these things, right? That's what Dee Dee did. She made people think she was sick. When the stuff happened in Louisiana with the levees breaking, she said that she lost all her paperwork. The mother was not no dummy. She was smart, clearly, and the daughter played along with it. She played the wheelchair role knowing she could walk. I'm pretty sure in the house.
Yeah, and that was my point. She was doing all that before the levees broke.
Right.
She's been playing this role on Gypsy. You have to understand, Gypsy was young and already implemented into a lot of this stuff where she, even though she felt like she could walk, that's why I tell you, for example, think about the my Ervil Baron thing. These kids were born into that. This is all they knew. So even though she knew something was up about it, in reality, she really didn't, because her mother kept her sheltered.
I won't bring her face in here just good enough. That's why I'm gonna move this around.
Yeah, her mother kept her sheltered, and not only did she keep her sheltered, she kept her filled with all these lies, like, you know, thinking all these things. She thought she had a whole sugar allergy until she overheard the doctor saying to her, "Sweetie, there's nothing wrong with you. You don't have a sugar allergy." But she didn't say it to the doctor. Didn't say it to her. Said it to the mother. Gypsy overheard it and challenged her mom.
You know
and
what?
didn't challenge her in person. Was like, you know what? Here's my EpiPen. If I have a reaction, it's right there. Here's some sugar. And I want to see if what this doctor told my mom is true, because I believe my mother. My mother is my best friend. My mother is she would never do me wrong.
Let me stop.
And she tried it, and it didn't work. She had no reaction. So she started figuring out little by little, my mom's lying to me. This is not true. But instead of, like I said, speaking up and walking away from it like she should have, she took the alternate route, which was pendeja. You set up a whole murder to be committed, and then told, yeah, I set it up, and got away with it in 8 years while he's still serving life in prison.
Where did she go wrong if she did 10 years for $3 million? The average person in the hood would go to jail for 10 years for $3 million.
She didn't know she was going to get $3 million for going to jail.
She knew she was going to get, listen,
she didn't.
I'm not saying in the beginning she knew, but I'm just going by based off of.
What I'm saying is while she was in there, she was
making money.
This was her first experience of being like out. Even though prison was where she was, this is Gypsy's first chance to have interactions with people and her be her. So I don't think that it was in her brain, because she only had a very young education. I believe it was like second grade that she had. She got her GED in high school. I believe she was influenced.
I know niggas that can't read or write.
I believe that she was influenced. You have to understand. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. That's what they were doing. That was their avenue. She didn't have that avenue. She had a different avenue. So you have to look at it that way. Her avenue, while she was in jail, she's still easily influenced, because she don't know what these people are doing. But these people were basically telling her, like, bro, you can make money off of this.
Look at this. Can you please tell me, first of all, which one is who?
All right, so
the one with the old lady
on the left, and her mother is on the right.
Whoa, Gypsy's got the white stuff on?
Yes, that's Gypsy Rose.
Nah, you gotta be bugging. That Gypsy gotta be the one with the stuff on. That can't. Nah, no.
Gypsy is on the left with the white hat. That is her mother on the right. Yes.
So if this is her. Hold on. Okay, so hold on.
The globe was real.
Oh no. If we're saying, you're saying, hold on, where's that? This person right here.
Yes.
Is where that picture at? Where's that picture at? Oh my God, we need to go back to this. Okay, man, where's that picture? Where did I put that damn picture? We Here we go.
Yes.
You're telling me what?
That's the same girl.
No.
It is.
Gypsy got to be on the right.
No.
Gypsy was a fat girl. She's still fat and young. That old ass woman right there, ain't no way in hell that old ass woman right there is Gypsy. It gotta be a mother.
Listen, the one on the left, me and you looking, the white hat.
Yes.
The white hat is Gypsy Rose. Yes, it is. That is her mother on the right.
I got 2 cups, y'all. A black one and a white one. But she got 5 over here. Because ain't no damn way in hell that Gypsy.
I have a red cup, y'all.
She got 5 red cups over here. Y'all hear what I'm talking about? Let me do this.
That is the mother.
I need to do it for more 2 times.
Always a what if.
That's the mother.
All right, check this out. Let me land this plane on this one, right? Okay. The way that you're describing this story, to me, is like, you know what? She was a victim, but then at the same time you're saying she was a victim, you're saying like
I'm not saying anything.
She was a victim at the beginning.
I'm giving you her story and telling you she was a victim.
What's your
Listen,
opinion?
she is a victim of Munchausen syndrome by proxy. That is what she is a victim of. Her mother made up erroneous stories of her being sick when the girl was absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with her. She was on countless medications,
Is this
countless
Nick?
This is
Okay.
Nick.
Nick
This
is the dude right here
gentleman.
on the right hand side. She got the glasses on. With
This is a picture of them from when they met the first time in
Yep, I
person
see it. Yep,
at the
yep.
Cinderella.
She got the Cinderella
Yes.
stuff on, and
That's
she was in a wheelchair then.
Yes.
Listen, all I'm saying, I get what you're saying about the story, right? I'm just saying, from listening to the story, my thoughts on it, not her thoughts, not what she articulated to people or anything like that, but my thoughts, right? My thoughts are simple. Yes, you went through something early with your mother. Your mother was using you to do such and such. Girl, you knew you wasn't supposed to be in no damn wheelchair and none of that shit early on in life. But your mom taught you the game. I'm not saying that it was right. I'm not saying that it wasn't right. But what I'm saying is Munchausen syndrome is what the mother had. Right? And they're saying that the daughter suffered from the effects of what the mother was teaching her, and that's why she didn't have, she couldn't really be held responsible for the decisions that she made later on in her life to kill her mother.
Yes.
Right. This is not what's going to happen in New Jersey. Facts. That's why I asked you where this was at. And then the kid he's a real autism. She's a programmed Munchausen syndrome kid. Look at Eminem, turned out great. I mean, she got the blonde hair. I swear to God,
look,
that's crazy.
Now
No,
listen,
that can't
this
be her
right
mother.
here. Now listen to this. All right. Now this right here. This picture that I'm showing you guys. This right here is Gypsy's mother. This is Gypsy.
Stop playing.
Listen to me.
Tell me,
Listen.
break this down. Okay.
This is Gypsy. This is her mother. This is Gypsy's husband.
He look like Gypsy too.
Escuche. This is Gypsy's husband. And this is Gypsy now while she was in prison. Not now, but this is one of the pictures she's looking with her husband while she was in prison. But do you see this resemblance right here?
Yeah, they look alike. They like you just flip the pictures.
The husband looks like the mother. And this is why I believe Gypsy has had because she's had countless men pursuing her while she was in jail. I believe she went with him because what was her comfort?
That
What was
money
her
he was sending her,
No.
she had all the
what was her
wimps.
comfort? He's a teacher.
So?
Listen to me. She was getting more from a lot more people. Hear me out. What was her comfort with him?
She can control him.
No, she can control
Look
more
at
than that.
him. I'm sorry, no disrespect to
I feel like her comfort. Let me finish saying what I'm saying. I feel like her comfort was the fact that he not only was treating her like the royalty that she, never had.
Bring that beat back.
But he looked like her mom.
I agree with you.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Like she felt like she went comfortable.
No.
Like
I gotta go all male. I agree with you about the looks, but I don't agree with you about the feeling. I'm just being analytical. I'm being a guy. Guys are analytical. Females are emotional, and that's what makes us a great team because you're gonna I'm gonna say things that everybody might be like, yeah, but then there's a whole bunch of everybody's gonna be like, nah, Jules knows what she's talking about. So I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, so for my thoughts process of going, come on, man. You mean to tell me that they fell for the okie doke, the banana in the tailpipe? She basically, think about what you said. She knew that this guy had autism, and he said he had two different personalities. So her Munchausen syndrome made her be a player to get her mother killed, and then do it to the dude after the mother was dead. And then she's telling people like, oh my God, like, nah, nigga, I'm not falling for the okie doke, the banana in the tailpipe. The banana should never be in the tailpipe. Are you serious?
Look at Pop.
Yeah, she was a bitch. What the hell wrong with y'all? She was a bitch. Listen.
Brazil facts. I'm sorry, guys. We're just checking in with the chat right now.
Yeah,
we're going up to the chat. I'm sorry. We were going on 1,000. We did not check the chat at all. But Brazil, correct. Gypsy's husband definitely looked like her mama. This is something that we were saying.
But Gypsy was...
And Ev, they had definitely psychological problems. Dad, you're correct. She was a bitch. She definitely got a free house out of this. Dad said that he saw the interview on the View.
They said we look like spiffy tonight. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was going to put another jacket on with a hoodie, but I decided I was going to go ahead and throw the tie on with the polo vest. You know what I'm saying? I was going to do it like that, so, you know.
Mo 3 times in the building.
Oh, yo, listen, we got to get out of here. Matter of fact,
storytelling time. And not for nothing, you guys know I'm trying to go through the chat.
She said she's trying to squirt. Y'all heard that shit?
I meant to say try to scroll, and you said squirt. I said try to scroll through the chat fast. But thank you for everybody who tuned into the live with us today. Thank you for everybody who commented. We'll go back through and check the comments, but make sure you guys tune in. Definitely tune in to Mo 3 times, all right? Talking shit and getting clicks. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Make sure you guys tune into him. Facts. He is coming up in about 5 minutes. We went a little over our time, but this was a little lengthy story. I had to give you guys all the facts because I already knew that this one was going to come out my neck behind it, all right?
Nah, because she be talking all
this.
You
had a lot of questions. So I wanted to make sure I just gave into
trash.
everything.
I don't. Anything she want to do, I don't read.
Thank you to everybody tuning in.
Trying to shut me down.
I'm not. It's just a lot more people in there talking, and I really appreciate you guys coming in and tuning in.
Well, we ain't even gonna trip on it right now. You know what we gonna do? We gonna jump up out of here. Y'all go check out Mo 3 times, and we gonna leave y'all with the Mimi gang. Let's go.
Surely